Darkling I listen, and for many a times I have been half in love with easeful death. Called him soft names in many a mused rhyme to take into the air my quiet breath. Now more than ever seems it rich to die, to seize upon the midnight with no pain, while thou art pouring forth thy soul in such ecstasy. Still wouldst thou sing, and I have ears in vain, to thy high requiem becomes a sword. Thou wast not born for death, immortal word. No hungry generations can tread thee down. The voice I hear this passing night was heard in the ancient days by emperor and clown. Some of you may have known this poem. It's a part of the poem written by Keats in the 19th century. It is the 6th stanza of the Ode to the Nightingale. There is a special reason why I have quoted the 6th stanza here. That particular stanza and the ones next to it bring out the quintessence of romantic poetry. Friends, today I'll be discussing about romanticism. What is romanticism? Who is gifted with the elements of romanticism, or who gave birth to the thought of romanticism? In Greece in the 1st century AD, the date is a bit tentative. There was a great person known as Longinus. He has written a treatise known as On the Sublime. So, sublime means we are transported out to a different world. Before that, poetry had a beautiful way of definition, which means to instruct and delight. But there is something, some element in romanticism, elements such as thought, such as diction, figures of speech, consciousness, emotions. These emotions and these feelings brings together something which transports us to a different world. Romanticism is something which is quite different from the ones we had before. Why romanticism is particularly important and has withstood the ages since now and will go on for ages to come is because of the sheer fact that it has something or some essence and meaning of quintessence, some meaning, as we know, which transports us. We are not persuaded by romantic poetry. We are transported to a different world. So why did Longinus say that we are transported to a different world when we hear Aeschylus or Sophocles? Why are we transported to a different world when we hear Ode to a Nightingale, or the famous lines of the Ode to Skylark by Shelley, which states, "The trumpet of a prophecy, O wind, if winter comes, can spring be far behind?" We are not persuaded, we are actually transported to a different world. So, because of the diction, there is something which resembles something before that and which takes us to a different world. We are transported, in fact, to it. Transport is the right word to use. And emotionally, we are carried out to a sublime level of beauty, mirth, and joy. So, friends, to sum it up, Longinus was a great figure because he brought forward the beautiful, sublime feeling in poetry and which has withstood the times till now in providing us beauty, joy, and truth in the form of the great romantic period. Thank you very much. I'll come back soon. Take care. Bye.